Hey guys, Inferno here with a first look at Biomutant by Experiment 101 and THQ Nordic. And thank you Coach Media ANZ for the review key. I'm pretty excited to get into this one. I've been looking at the videos and gameplay footage for ages and it just looks like cool good fun with mutant ninjas basically. I'm just going to check the Steam page out. So it comes out on May 26th here in Australia, May 25 in the world. And Biomutant is an open-world post-apocalyptic kung fu fable RPG with a unique martial arts styled combat system, allowing you to mix melee, shooting, and mutant ability action. There's a new take on third-person combat. The martial arts style combat system allows you to maximum freedom of movement and agility while mixing shooting, melee, and powers from your mutations. Learning new Wung Fu combat moves throughout progression and learning from masters you'll meet will constantly add your choices and make sure combat never gets old. And evolve the gameplay. You're able to recode your genetic structure to change the way you look and play. This will of course affect your attributes, and in addition to this, exposure to biocontamination in the world will lead to mutations like the turtle form and mucus bubble. While exposure to radioactivity found in bunkers from the old world will affect your mind and unlock psi mutations like telekinesis, levitation, and more. There's also crafting. What's an RPG without crafting? Totally free with crafting weapons. Mix and match parts to create your own unique one-handed or two-handed slash and crush weapons, revolvers, rifles, and shotguns, and add modifications like corkscrews and battery-powered chainsaw modules to biocontaminated sludge vials, adding to your combat arsenal. Well, it sounds really bloody cool. But I'm going to jump in and create a brand new game. I'm going to stick on medium for this one.
Encode your DNA.
Right. And so this is where you get to choose your breed. Primal is so there's Primal, Dumdon, Rex, Hyla, Fip, and Murgle. And each of them have different stat combinations. The Primal is a nimble, developed anthropomorphic breed, a hybrid with a gene mutation making them nimble and dexterous at the cost of a lesser developed intellect. The Dumdon is the least developed anthropomorphic breed, a hybrid offshoot that compensates the lack of mental prowess with physical strength. Okay. Rex is an extraordinary developed anthropomorphic breed, a hybrid outcast with an even DNA string making it apt for both physical and mental challenges. Hyla is a regenerative developed anthropomorphic breed, a hybrid with a gene mutation making them extremely tough and resilient. That could be a good one. The Fip breed is renowned for a highly evolved mind. Its genius is directly interlinked to the power of Ki, which amplifies their psionic output. And lastly, Murgle is the definition of an idealized breed. Its evolutionary lineage has gone in a direction where form and appearance has dominated over function. I might go the Hyla. Attributes. So you define your character's starting attributes. To see more detailed explanations of what each attribute has, press I.
Define your genetic structure.
You can randomize if you like. So this one's pumped up vitality and strength and dropped everything else. So you can see here on the skill wheel there. This one's gone to the other way, intellect and agility. And it's also generating a genetic code at the same time as well, which is interesting. So this has got strength and agility and nothing else. This one's kind of a mix between strength, vitality, and charisma. So 39 vitality, 26 strength, 25 charisma. Charisma increases your bartering skill. So far, I've played this a little bit so far prior to this game, and I've seemed to use melee more than range, but that could just be my character I had at the time. And you can also see as you gain strength, you know, the buffness of the mutant changes. Agility, they're much more agile and fit, I guess. Intellect have big heads, big health. They've looks like me in real life. Charisma. What's something right in the middle? You're getting 28 across the board of everything. So if I go, and then you can also do randomize. It kind of moves around everywhere. Movement speed. So I reckon I'd like a good mix of vitality. Where's vitality over here? So if I get, say, 40, excuse me, 40 vitality, 37 strength, 21 int. Int seems a bit high. Agility 21, charisma is 21. So I go 45. Yeah. So hard to get like exact numbers, but that's alright. So that's 40, 40, 20, 20, 20. I reckon we try that. Let's go.
Choose a genetic resilience.
And then we choose a resistance. So you got heat, radioactivity, cold, biohazard. I think an even mix. I don't know much about the resistances yet. I'm just going to leave it as an even mix. What happens if you move around? Oh yeah, the mutation on your hand moves around a bit. On.
Choose your first style.
Now you get to choose your first style. So there's so many different kind of presets you can do. You can also do random. I don't mind that actually. That looks pretty cool.
Pick your main color.
Then you got color. So that's the main color at the back there. I don't mind red or yellow. Yep.
Choose your detail color.
And then the secondary color. Oh, that's the face color. I don't like white. Oops, reset it. Oh, so you can randomize it. Yeah, I think white's fine for me.
Pick a class.
Okay, so you got 5 classes.
Deadeye, Commando, PSI-FREAK,
Cool.
Saboteur, Sentinel, Commando, Deadeye.
Okay, start from the top. Deadeye is a tricky, skillful rogue who's chosen a life outside law and society values. You get perfect reload, your ranged weapons are reloaded instantly, and your next magazine is granted plus 20% damage.
Commando.
Commando is trained as an operative of an elite special operations force. Commandos are used to working in small teams. Ranged weapon attacks inflict 10% more damage to the target.
PSI-FREAK.
PSI-FREAKs are experimenting with psionic powers and mutations. They're usually outcast on the fringe of society. You get a spark ball. To shoot a spark ball, press down the input you have found the ability to. It will make you throw the ball in the direction you are facing, inflicting damage to the enemy you hit. Your key energy regen is increased by 20%.
Saboteur.
Saboteur is a cunning, skilled explorer trained to operate covertly in both suburbs and wilderness. It's twin silver grip, melee, dual wield.
Saboteur chosen.
Go back.
Pick a class. Sentinel. Saboteur.
Melee, dual wield skill. Equip 2 different one-handed melee weapons to dual wield them. Your dodge energy is reduced by 20%. That's pretty good.
Sentinel.
Sentinels dedicate themselves to protect a house. Their dedication is for the organization as a whole, including supreme belief in their dogma. And you get toughness, which is your base armor is increased by 10%.
Saboteur.
Might try Saboteur.
Saboteur chosen. Sounds good.
It does.
Here's somebody. We're already at a crossroads. Choosing a path in life is that fork in the road where you make a choice or simply stop living. But for you, it's not only a crossroad, but a choice. a reflection of your ki, the primal energy that flows through everything.
You can do I'm dark red, as in strength and power, or colour me light blue for freedom and loyalty. Might do a dark playthrough with this one.
Allow me to introduce myself. I'm the dark side of you. Your inner voice, to be precise. An echo of the balance and consequence of your actions as you move forward.
I am one with the darkness.
Can't believe you'd choose that thing over me. But I'll be here waiting for you when you have a change of heart.
That thing? I'm right here. Let me remind you, we're two halves of the same. With the difference being I'm the better half.
Better half. My way is both better and brighter. Light makes it easier to see the best end.
Oh, damn. Oh, wow. Oops. Oh damn, that didn't work. That did. Oh wow.
Better make a run for it. This is not the time nor place to end this story. This time, it was best to run and live to fight another day. Let us hope you're ready for it when it comes. The predator isn't the only threat. The wildlife started to mutate when the end of days began, and the tree of life started to die.
Melee targeting. Move towards an enemy to target them with the melee attacks. Aim the camera towards an enemy to target them with range attacks. Reload your ranged weapon, press R. Key energy is used for dodging, using mutations, and performing special attacks. When you're out of key energy, you'll be unable to perform these actions. Your key energy regenerates both in and out of combat.
Not much left of that one. The deep cut. Swoop.
Nice. Alright. We've got in here. I think. Nope. Electric module. You found a weapon special effect add-on. Attach it to your ranged weapon to give it extra damage type for as long as the ammo lasts. Some enemies have a resistance or weakness to different weapon special effects, so use them wisely. So I think we equip that. To attach the special effect add-on, select it through the consumable quick menu. To open the menu, hold 1. Okay, so do we hold 1 or do we hold 2? Oh yeah. Pew pew box pracker. Do that. You found a medic supply. Bags like this contain items that can help heal you. Your health doesn't automatically regenerate in combat. You have to use consumables or find other ways to heal. You can use a bandage by holding the quick select menu input and selecting one.
Get a grip.
Remember to parry enemy attacks. When the enemy attacks and you see lightning bolts flashing above their heads, press Q.
The oil sludges everywhere. To most, it only means death, but some have adapted to the new environment and changed with it. Evolution has its ways. First, that's going to leave a mark.
Oh. Got him. Fallen enemies can often be looted for healing items. Find a highlighted fallen enemy and then press B. Remember to use your healing items when you're wounded. To open the item selection, hold 1. Click all that.
Now that's a flesh wound.
Oh wow.
Gotta hurt. Feeling fierce.
Awesome. Some enemies carry large shields. You need to break the shield with melee attacks before you can deal damage to the enemy. Oops. Oh, got him. Oh damn, I should have dodged. Oh man. Jeez, I'm not good at parrying attacks. Oh, I almost did it. Nice. Oh, level up. Defeating enemies and completing quests will give you XP. Leveling up allows you to raise one of your attributes by 10. You will also get 1 point that you can use to unlock skills in the Wang Fu and perks menus. Go to the menu, press tab. Okay, so let's go to the tab. Character. When you level up, you can increase an attribute of your choice by 10. Pick which attribute you want to increase from the list. Right, so we've got 40-40, agility, charisma, and luck. Let's put some more into luck.
Looks good.
Oh, thank you. You'll earn upgrade points when leveling up. These can be used to acquire new special attacks and perks. Time to unlock your first special attack. So let's do a close combat skill. And we've got dual wield, so let's do dual wield melee. We've already got twin silver grip, warped bull, leaping madness, comet's foot, double dragon, nice, and the unstoppable pig. Oh, that's awesome. Let's get it. Yes. You can now perform your special attack when you have the correct weapon type equipped. Once you've unlocked more attacks, you'll be able to combine them to reach the Super Wong Fu state. Okay. Wong Fu and perks. Once you have more upgrade points, remember to spend them on perks and special attacks in the Wong Fu and perk menu. Okay, so you got heaps of perks to choose in general, and then Saboteur has their own. Okay.
Look, an emergency box from the Wandswat.
Nice. The Old World Clawbar. Yep. The door.
That pipe looks weak. The clawbar should come in handy.
Okay, so. Oh, nice. There we go.
Whoa! It's time to find a way out of this place. No, really, I mean it.
Double jump.
The Morks produce biomatter in their multi-organ that they shed under distress. Blobs that affect the cellular coding strands of any...
Special attacks. You're on your way to performing a special attack. Possible special attacks are prompted in the lower right hand corner of the screen. Pressing the indicated input while it is shown will trigger your special attack.
Any living being when absorbed.
Oh wow.
Including you.
Oh, that was epic.
Youch.
Oh wow.
Slashing dash.
That was cool. Bioblobs. You absorb the bioblob. These are points used to unlock mutations. You collect bioblobs by defeating Morks and finding containers at various places in the world. You can use bioblobs to unlock special powers at any time by accessing the mutations part of the menu. Okay. So if we go here and we go to character, mutations menu, go to the mutations tab to unlock PSI-POWERS, biogenetics, and to upgrade your resistance. So mutations. There are two types of mutations, biogenetics and PSI-POWERS. Both are special abilities but unlocked using different currency. Oh wow. The biogenetics are unlocked using bio points, yep. We can do moth mouth, which looks like noxious breath almost. Vile bile. Ah, that's filthy. It will make you spew toxic slush in the direction you are facing. We've got 3 side pointing. Bio points. Let's go back. PSI-POWERS. We haven't got any of those. And upgrade resistance. Okay. I don't know about resistances yet, so let's just get some. Let's get Mothmouth.
New mutations to embrace.
Use Mothmouth, press the input you have bound the ability to while facing an enemy. This will affect any small humanoid enemy hit, while infected enemies will attack their allies instead of you. Huh. Alt, space, E. No, that's... Use an ability, press the button that's bound to while pressing and holding. Okay. Oh, okay, so you can do that. Either of them, I think. Anyway.
Toxinol built vessels called arks to save themselves from the impending doom. But was it too late? It is only from the flight logs of the single ark they left behind that we know other arks traveled through the sky and beyond. It seems those that came before us never lost hope in finding a new home for their kind.
Exit the room. What is this? Deal. Oh, start the ray lighter. Okay. You found a puzzle. These are scattered around the world. Some open new paths while others feature different rewards. To switch which node is selected, use W and S. To rotate the node, press Q and E. This is the number of rotations you have left. The higher your intellect, the more moves you have. Each node has a certain position it must be rotated into to complete the puzzle. Running out of moves before that many have consequences. Okay. So it looks like we've got colours to match, so let's rotate that way.
Just a few moves left. Make them count. There are few records of the chain of events that led to the big apocalypse eons ago, but it's clear the world wasn't prepared for how recklessly the Toxinol Corporation would make its mark on the world. Their rare earth mining and nuclear industries generated tons of waste, and without consideration for the future, they dumped it all in landfills until they ran out of space. That's when they made the big mistake. They began dumping the toxic waste in the surf just off the coast instead, assuming that it would sink and decay with time. And they were right, but no one was prepared for what was about to unfold. Once in the surf, the radiation interfered with the genetics of the wildlife and created bizarre mutations in their offspring. It had an inconceivable impact on biodiversity and the entire ecosystem. The world as they knew it crumbled as nature retaliated. It would never be the same again, and what remained of it became ours.
Interesting. Go away.
The sound of spark metal going pew-pew is never a good thing. It's coming from behind that door. A warning label. The box looks like a potential brain melt. It's going to take a bit of puzzling to short-circuit the door.
Right, sir, we want to go.
Just a few moves left. Make them count.
Nice.
There you go.
See what all this pew-pewing is all about. Perfectly countering an enemy attack will stun them. A stunned enemy has stars circling above their head, and after hitting the enemy again, and launch it up into the air by pressing Q.
The wheeled one is outnumbered. You'd better help him out. Slice and dice. So much damage. Close encounter. That's the last of them. Let's talk to the wheeled one before backup arrives. So eager to die. You have a good eye for that stuff.
New friend and old friend.
Yeah, move furbo. Boom, lodo lu bio.
He wants to thank you for taking his side against the scavengers. He sounds familiar. You just can't figure out why.
Tulua ba voluaka nuka nuburak.
He presents himself as out of date. He knows he's way overdue, but he hasn't given up.
Tolu keta. Ya wawanawe.
He doesn't seem surprised that you don't recognize him. You were just a child back then, the night everything changed.
Loma toaha. Evunku tu buvum.
There have been rumors of a one-eyed Ronin seen outside the Great Wall, and he's happy to see it's true.
Tolu keta. Ya wawanawe.
The legend of the one-eyed child that grew up as an outcast is old and sad.
Momomboso? Ilia antuf.
The child could have been anyone, but the evil it had fled had left a mark, a facial scar to remember the past.
Remember what?
Iatu yao mawa.
How Lupa Lupin somehow left you alive after his raid on the old village. He must have had a purpose with that. The question is, what?
Befabihita, untukub kirko, kotuvon ko kumvunkono.
There's no doubt you're the child, and that what Lupa Lupin did to your village, your Muma and Popsy, was the beginning of the end.
Udenu ko nunyofubo kaboba farhi.
He says it has taken you a long time to bring the past back up to the present, to find your way back, but he's grateful you have.
Kobwa yaka.
It was after the attack that the unity fell apart. Your Muma's disciples divided and formed tribes as a reaction to the blight that had fallen upon the land.
Mistake.
Maotoliawahu kaboba farhi.
The impending threat of the World Eaters bringing down the Tree of Life is ever so close. He also worries about the Jagni tribe that's actively working for a doomsday and purging of the world. Had it not been for the Tree of Life, no one would have survived. He hopes you at least remember the tree.
Dialogue settings. By default, dialogues are set to advance from one NPC line to the next automatically. If you want to manually advance the dialogue, you can change this in the setting. Way back in the long ago. Oh, look at the little dude. It's like a bit of an eldest dude.
Asks if you were tired, as it's a bit of a hike here from the village. He wonders if your Mooma knows you are here.
I hope I told her.
You're such a good child, so you probably did. Even the young forget. He understands why you came all the way out here, to see them, the potato people. The potato people, or Nono, are a wonder, somehow interlinked with this little tree here, fueling its source of life.
No, potato people is better.
You might be right. Like potatoes, they're packed with energy, an excellent source of ki. The Nono prefer to hide in glitter grass. He says you should get over there and ruffle it. See if you can make one come out of hiding.
Alright. Ruffle the glitter glass. You can see I'm kind of sprinting or galloping there by pressing shift and then jumping up normal.
You found one. You should be proud. They don't come out for everyone. The Nono's ki energy is just what the PSI needs to complete its cycle and grow into a tree of life.
Will it go strong enough?
Only time will tell. At least his intention is to dedicate his life to it. He has the feeling the fate of the world depends on it. You'll need to support the tree for a long time to come. The only way it'll grow tall is with the burst of ki released from the Nono as they become one with the tree. You'll need a net to catch the Nono, and he wants you to use his, but asks you to be gentle. The Nono are sensitive beings, an embodiment of ki, the primal energy.
Net, nice. Oh.
You handle that net like you've never done anything else. He's impressed. He's grateful for all the help he can get. There's lots of Nono out there that need to be guided to the roots of the PSI tree.
Where can I find them?
They're hiding in the glitter grass that mostly grows deep inside damp caves, where they draw mineral from the natural rock. One day, he hopes the tree will have grown tall enough to sustain the world. But today, your focus is getting this one to become one with the tree.
Inosculated PSI. Alright, we go back up.
Now that you've seen the Nono's connection with the tree with your own eyes, you have no reason to doubt. From this day on, he'll make nurturing the PSI into a tree of life, a life goal, not only for our village's sake, but for all of us, everyone. One day, the land won't be as peaceful. Not even your Muma will be able to protect us. You can already see the effects from how reckless those before us acted, and unless something changes, we're doomed. The land won't survive the side effects of the old world's industrial advances. He says you'd better hurry back to the village before your Muma comes looking for you. You did good here today.
Shouldn't make her worry.
No, she's got lots on her mind and needs rest after the raid last night on the Lupin camp with her disciples. Wonders if they let the Predator family live or not. He lost you there for a while, but no memory is alone. It's part of a trail you can follow. He says he remembers every single day he devoted to growing the Tree of Life, but now he's afraid it might be in vain. The tree started to die when the end of days begun, and it wasn't long after that that the World Eaters arrived.
World Eaters?
The genetic evolution that occurred after the apocalypse that Toxinol Corporation inflicted on the land set the World Eater's DNA into overdrive. His friend Gizmo is working on a Mekton and needs help defeating the Jumbo Puff at the end of the West Route. Wiz is still repairing his octopod to confront the Merc Puff that dwells deep down under the surface at the end of the Northwest Route. Noko has tamed the Midget and is preparing to take on the Hoof Puff at the end of the East Route. Finally, Goop is almost done with the Goo Glide, a machine able to ride the waves of the surf all the way out to the Porky Puff at the end of the route to the southeast. Out of Date says his friends are gearing up to stop the World Eaters. There's one at the end of each route. The road ahead won't be easy, but he's counting on your support. His friends aren't strong enough to end this on their own. He wants you to understand that you'll all die if the tree isn't saved.
Puff?
He claims names have power, so he gave them these names to weaken them. For him, the Porky Puff is particularly personal. It was that carnivorous beast that took his leg. Regardless, you'll meet again once you've played your part in the tribe war and the situation with the World Eaters.
Nice, let's take... Right, main quest, another world. Anything to look behind? Any cool stuff? No.
You're getting the hang of it. Quickest way out is through the roof where they came in, and the rope looks strong enough to climb. Know that the Tree of Life is dying. Its days are numbered. Without help, it can't endure the environmental change and assault from the World Eaters.
Presented by Experiment 101. Thank you again, Coach Media ANZ, for the review key.
A signpost maps it out for the cartographically challenged.
Nasty.
Let's see.
Signposts are found near locations of interest all around the world. You will unlock a signpost when interacting with it. You can fast travel to a signpost you've unlocked by selecting it on the map. Open the map at any time, press M. Got the whereabouts, got the dead zone, Surf Archipelago, Nupstonies, Yerp Fields, Naki Leaves, Mushy Mosh Ma, and Cluppy Dunes. Sounds like cool names. Whoa.
That must be the World Eater that chewed off Out-of-Date's leg. You'll need a hat trick to bring that down. The World Eaters have made their marks on our world over time.
That was a good intro.
That's not the
Bad
first
guys.
nor the last village it'll leave in its wake. Look, a survivor. Glad to see someone made it out alive. He's heard the stories about the terror inflicted by the World Eaters to other enclaves, but never expected one to come all the way here.
Your inner balance is two halves that completes a wholeness that flows through all things. At times, you'll be able to manifest your inner balance through deeds and dialogue choices. Few are those who always act in the same manner, and our wholeness is the sum of the choices we make and the actions we take. The balance of your actions creates your aura score, which affects the dialogue with other characters.
He worries there won't be much left to save if this continues, even if the Tree of Life survives the attack. He doesn't know what your connection is to this place, but something tells him you've stayed true to your heart.
Interacting with captives and shy shrines will reward you with psi points that you can use to unlock psionic powers. Powers can only be unlocked once you have reached the required dark or light inner balance.
Anyway, he needs help and says it's by your actions you'll be judged, not by your intentions.
Oh, this is going to be hard. I'll leave you to the fate. It's obviously the dark one. I'm going to do it.
He can't understand why you'd do such a thing. He won't make it out of here on his own.
Oh, I feel so terrible. Oh, punch it.
Good work, clever clogs. Let me guide you into the dark.
I always liked the darkness.
Seriously? I always thought better of you than that.
And you were wrong. There's always more dark than light.
There's still time to turn back.
They're already heading down my road.
You've gained a psi point. Use it to unlock powers in the mutations menu. Some powers are locked by the aura score, meaning that your psi points can only unlock powers of the same color as your current aura, or those without color.
There's Out of Date again. He must have missed something important.
Koibe, okorfab, tamuk, gabamuktab.
Out of Date knows you'll make a better stand against the World Eaters with the support of a tribe, and there's 2 nearby.
Valu alu, hero, yowotulua.
The Jagni tribe is likely to be your primary choice as they seek to become omnipresent and, most importantly, feared.
Mauya, Shintwata Moti Huasa.
Regardless of who you choose, it won't be easy, as the conflict between the tribes is worse than ever, teetering on the brink of war. The Myriad's conviction to stop the World Eaters began when the Leviathans rose from the depths of the surf. Siding with the Myriad's movement for wholeness in a fragmented world might seem like the logical thing to do, but is it the right thing? One thing's certain, though. Destiny arrives all the same. The Jagni tribe only ever had one conviction: to bring balance to the world by wiping out the weak. They believe a cleansing is necessary to restore the world and want to let the World Eaters bring down the Tree of Life. But siding with Jagni isn't necessarily a bad thing. Fate will find a way.
Muk, bebuk.
Out of Date says someone needs to break the stalemate and shift the balance of power to either Jagni's or Myriad's side.
Shintwata Moti Huasa, Mopu Far Kobi.
He believes the tribe Sifus, Jagni especially, will listen to you and expects you to pay at least one of them a visit and play your part.
Have the tribes engaged the World Eaters?
In Jagni's case, letting the World Eaters bring down the Tree of Life is part of their plan. They believe a cleansing is the only way the world can be saved. He'll be waiting for you beneath the Tree of Life if you lose track of what you need to do. Regardless, you'll meet again once you've played your part in the tribe war and the situation with the World Eaters.
Quest tracking. Your current and started quests are shown in the journal. See the top menu above. You can change which quest you track by opening the journal tab and selecting another quest. In the journal you can find information on your quests as well as all previous tutorials and dialogue. So we've got another world. You've made it through the wall out of the Bunker 101. You need to gain the support of a tribe in order to take a stand against the World Eaters. Go to either of the nearby tribe Sifus to gain their support and take a side in the broiling conflict between the tribes. We've also got the Tree of Life. The Tree of Life is dying. What was once protecting all is now withering and fading. You need to take on the World Eaters and decide on the fate of the Tree of Life. Life or death, the choice will ultimately be yours and yours alone. You have to defeat all 4 World Eaters in the tribe war. The tribes are splintered and stand in opposition. Some believe that the World Eaters need to be vanquished and that the Tree of Life can be saved, whereas some believe that the impending doom should be embraced and that the only way forward is the destruction of the Tree of Life. It's up to you to unite the tribes under one banner, one way or another. No side quests, we've completed those 2. Okay.
Another fork in the road. It's either the tunnel or the motor bridge. What'll it be?
Our aura is somewhat dark now. Let's just see. Oops, hang on. Let's check our character. And then the aura. Yeah, so it's somewhat dark. Well, that's an appropriate place to stop. So my name's Inferno. This is my first look at Biomutant by Experiment 101 and THQ Nordic, and thank you very much Koch Media ANZ for the review key. I'll be continuing my playthrough on my YouTube channel, youtube.com/c/1inferno89, and a written review will be going up at the time of launch at Game on Oz, and that's gameonoz.com, gameonaus.com. Have a great week and enjoy Biomutant. I know I will. And I'll see you next video.